And Kurt Volker, who served as the special representative for Ukraine negotiations from 2017 to 2019. He is also the former U.S. ambassador to NATO. Ambassador Volker, thank you very much for being here. I guess I'd like to begin with your reaction to what we heard from Antony Blinken, who just briefed from the Secretary of State, talking about the 141 UN states that have condemned these actions by Russia. And also other, in terms of the measures that have been taken. And I just wanted to get your reaction to what he had to say today.
Right. Well, several things. First off, I think that Russia has made itself a world pariah now by this unprovoked aggression against Ukraine and the brutality with which it is going after civilian populations. It garners zero sympathy anywhere. So Russia is now a global pariah, as is Vladimir Putin. And there will be no going back on the sanctions and isolation of Russia as long as Putin remains in charge. I would also say that I would agree with what we just heard from John Kirby about not escalating a nuclear response. Just because Russia has escalated its own readiness level, we do need to avoid nuclear war. But I also want to say that there's a lot more the U.S. could be doing to help the Ukrainians as they are facing these conventional attacks from Russia, which we are so far holding back on.
And what would you recommend? What more could we be doing?
Well, first off, intelligence sharing. My understanding is that we have begun to restrict intelligence sharing so that we are not complicit in targeting. I think we have to reverse that or find a way around it. The Ukrainians deserve good intelligence on what the Russians are doing to them. Second, I think we need to help them with air defenses. This is at the low level with Stinger missiles, it's okay. But at higher levels, middle and upper altitude, they need more help. And we have systems that we could deliver to them to help with that. There was a plan to deliver Soviet-made aircraft from NATO allies to Ukraine that they would pick up in Poland. I think that is essential. They need more assistance. They need more equipment. They know how to fly these things. They deserve a right to defend themselves. Similarly, the U.S. has some equipment, such as an A-10 aircraft, which there are trained Ukrainian pilots. They know how to fly it. We could declare that an excess defense article and make it available to Ukraine.
So, Ambassador Volker, I want to know what you thought of what President Biden had to say last night. There was a lot of supportive language for Ukraine, but a lot of people felt that he could have been more specific and he could have gone further in making it clear that Vladimir Putin will not succeed in taking over Ukraine.
Yes, there's several things there. I do want to say that his rhetoric in terms of Ukraine fighting on the front lines of freedom, that we support them and their struggle, that we are with them, and we did lead an effort to get global sanctions against Russia. We have provided $1 billion of security assistance. All true, all good, but it is not enough, and it needs to be more specific. And I think some of the messages that I wish we had heard is that we have no quarrel with the Russian people. We are not a threat to Russia. Ukraine is not a threat to Russia. The only threat to Russia is Vladimir Putin, because he is driving the country to ruin. He's ruining the military. He's ruining the economy. And they need to stop him. The Russians need to stop him. And if they do, we will have a better relationship with Russia that follows. And until that time, we will be providing security assistance to Ukraine and other forms of assistance so that Ukraine will not be conquered. We will stand with the Ukrainian people.
Well, you have long fought for us to support Ukraine and been alongside Vladimir Zelensky as he tried to push for more recognition of his leadership and more recognition for his country in terms of military support. And we hope that people are listening to you. Ambassador Volker, I have to go to the Pentagon, but I hope you'll join us again. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. It's good to have you with us.